Now, from the Action 4 studios, Sports Director Clay Williams and Joel Bowling bring you the best in Valley High School football from the week past and for the week ahead. Highlights, analysis, and predictions from all across the Valley. It's time for Sunday Sports Extra.
That's right, it is time for Sunday Sports Extra. Week 10 is in the books. We've got one more week of the regular season, but you know us, we can't help thinking about the playoffs, and we're going to talk plenty about that, of course, with Action 4 reporter Joe Bowling and our special guest from the Monitor, Greg Luca. Greg, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, before we do anything, let's get into who's in and who's out, and let's start in District 36A, where McAllen Memorial and La Jolla are locked in as your two Division I teams at 1 and 2. In Division 2, it is Mac High and La Jolla Palmview. They are in the playoffs. They will play this week for seeding. If the winner takes the 1 seed, loser takes the 2. Meanwhile, in 31-6A, the meat grinder, Weslaco is locked in as your Division 1. Edinburgh North locked in at number 2. In Division 2, it's Weslaco East. They are the 1 seed, and PSJ North is the 2 seed. 32-6A, it's a little different. San Benito is in. They are D2. Harlingen and Los Fresnos are in. Yes, they are in. There is no scenario where those two teams are not in. They are D1. In with a win, Rivera at San Benito this week. In with a win and a Rivera loss, well, that would be Brownsville Veterans, who could be your number 2 Division II teams. Division 1, 31-5A. Sherryland is in. They are D2. Edinburgh Vella is in, and Mission Veterans is in at Division 1. They will play this week for seeding. The winner gets the 1, loser gets the 2. In with a win, Roma for the first time ever. Valley View could get in for the first time ever with a win over Roma. 32-5A. Mercedes and Ed Calchelsea are locked in at 1 and 2 in Division 2. In with a win, Donna or PSJA, both at D1. PSJ Southwest needs help. They need a win and a Donna loss to go in at Division 1. And in 16-4A, they're all set. La Feria and La Grulla make the playoffs, still seeding to be determined. 16-4A Division 2, all set, as well as Raymondville, Rio Hondo, and Port Isabel all in. Orange Grove pretty much wrapped up the title there. And in 16-3A Division 1, Lyford and Santa Rosa are in. Everybody under that is out. Monte Alto is out, La Villa is out, and Santa Maria is out. But let's talk about the big game that happened on Friday night, this one for the title, as McAllen Memorial took on the Palmview Lobos in La Jolla, where the Palmview Lobos had not lost all year. McAllen Memorial, though, came out strong, looking good. But how about that Palmview Lobos offense? Yeah, how about Armando Ayala hitting pay dirt from 25 yards out, and Palmview leading 7-0. But in the second quarter, tied at 7-all, the Mustangs take to the air. Fabian Pedraza to DJ Johnson, an 82-yard strike that gives Memorial their first lead at 14-7. Second half, all about Trevor Spates, who seals the deal on this one. Somehow breaks the tackle with the spin move, finds a seam, and he is gone. 57 yards for his second touchdown of the game. He would finish with 4 scores and over 200 yards. McAllen Memorial clinches a share of the 36A crown with a 34-14 win.
I mean, we came into this game kind of underestimating them, and we woke up in the second half and we played when it counted, so we left with the victory, and we're grateful for that. We're going to take what they give us. If we have to give it to the fullback because Ho's there, I mean, I don't play for carries, I play for wins, and we got that win, so I'm happy.
He should be happy. He is the leading runner in the Valley, of course, over 2,300 yards. But now the question is one game left. McAllen Memorial already locked in. Joe, do you run Trevor Spates in this final game against Mission? Is there anything to run him for?
If you're looking for records, yes, you put him out there. If you're looking to stay healthy and get ready for the playoffs, why? Let him have a rest. I mean, last play of that football game, Greg, you were there. Last play, hurdled the guy, came down, wasn't going to tell a soul he was hurt, but was clearly limping as he went off that football field. No, don't play him.
Greg, your thoughts? Should they play him? Should they play anybody? DJ Johnson, Pedraza. They still have to worry about a district title, however.
Right. Well, you mentioned that last play Joe did, and I think, you know, he's been pretty durable throughout the season. I haven't noticed him getting tired over the course of games, and I haven't noticed him getting banged up before that. Maybe he's got to pad his stats for some recruiting purposes, too. I think, you know, it'll probably be a group decision there between him and Coach Bill Littleton.
Yeah, let's look really quickly at his numbers. 2,333 yards, 27 touchdowns on only 203 carries. That's pretty good, no matter whether you're playing 9 games or 10. Meanwhile, also at La Jolla, this one on Thursday night, it was McAllen Rowe's final game of the regular season. They were trying to catch the final playoff spot that was available in 36A, but the Coyotes were looking for their first playoff playoff berth since 2007, and they started first. Julio Garcia to Overland Montes takes it into the end zone, and La Jolla led 7-0. And then the Coyotes extended the lead. 8 seconds left in the half. Garcia launches this one. J.C. Maldonado with a catch, the run, the 51-yard score. It was 14-0 La Jolla at the half. The Row would cut it to 14-6, but in the fourth, La Jolla extended the lead. They win it 23-6. La Jolla clinches their first playoff berth since 2007.
I mean, it meant a lot. Fans were here. We were emotional. We had a speaker talk to us. The only thing we had to do was come together. We really knew this was our game. We had to come together as a team. It's one family, as we always say, familia. And I think playing home gives that advantage of our fans and not playing away. But I feel like this is a good start.
In 2006, La Jolla split into 3 schools. 2007 was the last time they made the playoffs. They came close to a win against Converse Judson. Sergio Castillo, the great La Jolla kicker, kicked a 63-yarder against the Rockets. That game was in Laredo, but now they are back, Joe. How big is this for La Jolla ISD, Valley football? It seems to always be better when the Coyotes are winning. Back-to-back
evenings, I was at that stadium, and back-to-back times I got to see the different feel. And it's good to see that. It's good to have these teams resurge and finally get that off their back that, well, we can't win because we split up. We can't get the athletes in the right school. We're this, we're that, we're this, we're that. Coaches have finally got them buying in. This is your football team. Get ready to play. We need to get ready to win, and they're winning. And it's good to see them back. Greg, La Jolla and Palmview, both big winners at home. What is it about Pack Stadium that does so well for these two teams in red?
I don't know. Both of them have run the ball so well this year, and they've been able to control the clock. And I was especially impressed with La Jolla's defense last week. That front 4, front 7 even, you want to go that far, had just put a ton of pressure on Row quarterback John Perez. You know, Ray Hernandez, Eric Marroquin, they had, I think, 5.5 sacks in that game was my count. I was really impressed with that group. Yeah, Lynn, let's have a shout-out to both of the coaches out at La Jolla as well. Maggie Requeñez for Palmview and George Espinoza, who has done a great rebuilding process with the Coyotes. Let's look to see who they're probably going to play in the next round. Division I, it's all set. La Jolla will take on the Longhorns of Laredo United. Still to be set when and where, because they've still got another game left in the season. McAllen Memorial will take on either Del Rio or Alexander. In Division II, it's a little more up in the air because McAllen and Palmview still have to play this week. Those two teams will either play Laredo LBJ, Eagle Pass, or the aforementioned Alexander. But now talk about the seeding, and Palmview and Mac High, there's a lot on the line for this. It depends on which side of the bracket you get on. Palmview will be away from home. Greg, who's your pick? I'm taking Mac High, but it's going to be interesting to see Palmview. They have a lot to prove that they can be on that level with Mac High Memorial. Your thoughts, Joe? Just because of what I saw Friday night from Palmview, I'm going to pick them to win if they can sustain the type of intensity they began the game with against McAllen. If they don't show up early, they're going to get blown out. But I'm going to pick Palmview based on what I saw earlier. The Bulldogs coming off of a bye, you know they are set to go after their last game was a loss to McAllen Memorial. I think the Bulldogs come back strong and win this one. We are coming right back on Sunday Sports Extra. We're going to talk about 32-5A and the man with the golden arm. Just how much did Rini Presses pass for on Friday night anyway? And how about Donna? They are going to be taking on an Ed Couch Elsa team. Will Ed Couch Elsa knock Donna out of the playoffs? We talk about it next.